I want to use this opportunity to welcome, to say a blessed love to Jamaicans wherever you are in the world. And today, the 4th, April the 20th, blessed love to you all. And wherever you are sick, I wish you all the best, speedy recovery. And just to remind all Jamaicans that we are in a situation now, in a world, we're living in a world, as I should say, that requires resilience, that requires patience, requires commitment, and require us to be thinking and start to think outside of the box. I want to use this opportunity to just jump on a video, and most of all, let me say to my brother and comrade in arms, Christopher Porter, on the Young Jamaican Police channel. I have to jump on. I heard you on a channel, on a video, my brother, talking about Jai Fras or JV, Javi, and the confrontation and the things between, and what happened between them. And like you, I don't know them. I have no intention to knowing them. I don't care about knowing them. The only thing I can say so far is that these are two privileged guys who are able to put themselves in a position to live a very decent life or an above average life, but yet their stupidity, the stupidity that they exercise at the Ronnie Williams Center, is something I want to talk about. I have to jump in right here, Mr. Porter, and just to expand a little on what you said. Earlier I posted a video that Jamaica is now a police state. And I quoted the words of the Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, who said that his government will get rid of all criminals out of society. Now, Mr. Andrew Holness, I want to say this to you and your government. This is a clear case, sir. This is a case to set an example for the nation to get rid of criminals. But the stupid action on these guys. No, you're the man who can walk into the Ronnie Williams Center. We all know the Ronnie Williams Center. We all know the amount of people can be, the capacity for, crowd capacity at the Ronnie Williams Center. We all know that. Then, if a man is bold enough, convincingly enough, to walk into Ronnie Williams Center with an unarmed gun, with an intent to do something or hurt someone, without any care for accidentally shooting someone who had nothing to do with his beef, let us ask ourselves the question, what could instill in this man such a bravery, no fear, no concern, to do what he do? By just walking in with an unarmed gun, that's enough to tell us that this person doesn't care one L. Because what? He has connection, he has money, he has influence, he has accessibility. So he knows he can take his chances. Now, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm saying this to the nation, and I'm raising this to Jamaica. I get back to you there, to the leader of the government words. But I'm saying this to Jamaica because I want you to understand that this incident, as far as I'm concerned, this incident now forces a confrontation between the Prime Minister's rhetoric of getting rid of all criminals out of society and the real truth behind that rhetoric. The honesty the dishonesty of that rhetoric, and the honesty that the man feels to point out that he uses to hide, to shield his rhetoric. Now, this is clear, Mr. Prime Minister, that you cannot, as I've said before, the police cannot arrest or shoot them way out of crime, because the court itself has a major role to play. And when people like these of influence, of connection, people who have money, who is living above certain scale on the poverty ladder, their influence, their reach, their connection, their accessibility start the very minute their action takes a law enforcement. And I say that because the court is important in getting rid of criminals. And especially in the court, this is where the influence, the resources, accessibility, the status, and everything these guys enjoy as privilege because of who they are. This is where all these things come to bear on the outcome of getting rid of all criminals out of society. I'm saying that because I'm quite sure that if these two guys, Javi and Fraser, whatever his name is, Jai Fraser, whatever you want to call yourself, buddy, it's up to you. If these two guys were replaced by two ordinary average kids who have no influence, no status, no money, no accessibility, no nothing, I guarantee you that the process, the legal process here would be different for them. The legal process would be very different for them. And let us go back, like I said, to the Prime Minister's word. We're getting rid of all criminals out of society. Now, this is a clear case, Mr. Andrew Holness, for you to demonstrate your honesty to the public, that what you said was not just political rhetoric, was not just a sales pitch, was not just a feel-good story, was not just pulling the wool over the citizens of Jamaica's eyes, the very people who voted for you, and the very people you swear to govern on their behalf, govern for their own betterment, for their security, for their health, for their everything, to improve their quality of life. This is a clear case for you to demonstrate that. We cannot take away the stupidity of the situation by these two guys. They themselves played a part and had some responsibility to the safety of the public in general at these events. Because according to the one who was attacked, he was not afraid to wrestle the gun from the other man and does his own act of shooting. He was not afraid. Now, I must commend you, Sir Porter, for breaking down that video and that incident as best as you can. And like I said, we brothers in arms, but we see things a little differently because I'm not here for PMP nor JLP, and neither are you. We have a lot in common, and we have more in common than we talked about on a daily basis. Just that I'm coming from a different perspective with my platform. And I wish you all the best in what you're doing and continue to do. I'm not afraid to call out anyone for that matter, be it politicians or whoever you are. It doesn't matter. I'm not afraid to say what I think and my opinion. And I want to use this opportunity to appeal to all Jamaicans to realize that you have to wake up. You have to wake up. Now is the time for us to begin to start to get aware of what is really happening around us. Listen to the Prime Minister's rhetoric in his budget speech. The government is, is dedicated to getting rid of all criminals out of society. Let us see what will happen to this gentleman who walked into Ronnie Williams Center with an illegal firearm, even though he was disarmed and shot with the very same gun, I do believe. Let us see what's going to happen to him. He can do so without fear or anything, because he has his influence, he has his money, he has his connection, he has his reach, he has his accessibility to whatever he wants. And I guarantee you that if he goes to, even if he's sent to prison, the quality of life he's going to live in prison is far different from that of the ordinary man who walks into prison for the same crime. So you tell me, under those circumstances, Mr. Prime Minister, are you really getting rid of criminals out of the society? Is that what you meant by getting criminals out of society? Send a man to prison to live a better life than when he's on the street? His cell block, his cell is decorated and everything, comfortable, caviar and everything, and all sort of liquor, everything is still fed to him. He doesn't have to worry about security because his life is secured in prison. So he can still do recording from prison if he wants to. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to wake up and recognize once and for all what is happening, what is really taking place around us. And do not be convinced by these political rhetorics, these political promises. Do not. We cannot take these things for granted. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to use this opportunity to once again, if you get this far in this video, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up. I mean, whatever, leave your comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so. Touch that notification bell to reach out to that notification bell also. So when the next video drop, because I have some interesting things coming up, you will hear. You first will be notified. Welcome once again to the Lennie Robbins YouTube channel. Know your politics. Let's come together to create a better understanding for each other. I keep saying this and I'll never stop saying it. We all doesn't know it. We don't know it all. None of us know it all. So for us to really get a better understanding, we now have to start to recognize and realize that we must come together to make that better understanding for each other. And we must do so by watching what they do. We watch and we listen to what our leaders do. Ladies and gentlemen, this jive phrase or whatever they want to fry, I don't know, our Javi situation is an example. Let us follow this case clearly to the outcome. Let us follow this case to the final outcome. And let us measure it against getting rid of criminals out of society. Or are we to understand the Prime Minister in his speech, getting rid of criminals out of society is only meant for certain types of criminal? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Blessed love Jamaicans to you all, wherever you are. And as I said, this is what, April the 20th, Monday, April the 20th. Have a wonderful day. Bless, stay warm, you understand? And just continue to enjoy life and live with resilience for certain things to allow certain things to bog us down. You understand? And I want to use this opportunity to appeal to all Jamaicans in diaspora. Don't be afraid. If you have someone back home and they need help, don't be afraid to help. You understand? I've reached out to folks that I have adopted someone that I've decided to help right through school, and that much I can do as it is right now. So I'm doing what I can, and I'm asking all Jamaicans, do what you can too, because I can't help everybody. I can only help a few. And if you help two, or you help one, and that one help one, and yeah, we can help a whole lot of Jamaicans to uplift themselves and be in a better position and live a better quality of life. And nothing pleases people I decided to start at the school level, at the young primary level or basic school level, because that's important to see them, you understand? Make that transition to higher learning right through their lives. And nothing is more proud for some of us as parents, and most parents in Jamaica, than to see, or all parents, than to see their kids, sons or daughters excelling and transition to higher learning institution at each stage of their life. Help. Let us put our hand and heart out there, reach out and help our fellow Jamaicans as best as we can. Lennie Robbins YouTube channel, over and out. Blessed love.